Hi there, and welcome to day 3 of our 12 days of Christmas with the Ruths event. As you can tell, I have caught a cold since the last day with you, so I apologize that my voice sounds so horrid. But at any rate, we won't worry about that. We soldier forward. Okay, let's see what's behind day 3. Day 3 is all about thinking of something in a different way. And this item is actually a personal portable fireplace. Now, I don't know if you're like me, but I don't think of this when I think of the term fireplace. I think of a built in fireplace, wood burning or gas burning, that is in a home that you enjoy. This, however, is a completely unique concept and take on a fireplace. This was given to us as a Christmas gift by a client actually earlier this week, and we have enjoyed it so much since. And another odd thing about it is that it burns rubbing alcohol. I've never heard of such a thing, but at any rate, it's a complete joy. And that brings me to the reason I use this object for our lesson today is because I want us to start thinking about this subject of forgiveness, the act of forgiveness, the concept of forgiveness in a completely different way. Just like now we think of the term fireplace in a completely different way. And the way we're going to do that is to listen in. What I'm going to do is share excerpts over the next 6 days from a webinar that Dr. Mike did on this very subject, where he debunks 6 different myths surrounding the subject of forgiveness. So let's leave here and join Dr. Mike now as he talks to us about the subject of forgiveness. Absolutely crucial, completely misunderstood. And be sure and participate in the exercise he's going to share with you as well.
Let's move into the 6 most common myths about the subject of forgiveness. Myths and misconceptions abound around this subject. And to be honest, there's a lot of bad advice as well as just inadequate advice floating around out there. So as we move into these myths, let me encourage you to do something just before we start. I would suggest you get a piece of paper and just randomly on that paper put the numbers 1 through 6. Just scatter them out as you see before you here. Okay, now if you're a bit of an OCD, we'll give a concession to you. You can line them up vertically one under the other as they should be. And then what I want you to do is circle a point if it relates to you, if it applies to you. This will let you know what you need to target. This takes the study from theory to practice, to applicability. So I would encourage you, as we walk through these 6 myths, when you get that sense and you realize what we're covering relates to you, circle that number. Okay, here we go. Myth number 1. Forgiveness is for the sake of the other person. Boy, is that a big one. Most people actually believe this is the case, that I need to forgive someone for their well-being. Now, they may profit by it, but not necessarily so. They may not care. They may be hardened to the issue. They may be in denial about what they've done to you. There could be many reasons. Maybe they're dead. Well, if I have to forgive them for their sake, if that's what forgiveness is all about, I'm really in a jam if the person doesn't care, if they're in denial, if they're dead. No, what forgiveness really does is bring you out of a toxic funk and out of a fog of spirit and into the fresh air of freedom. That's what forgiveness really does. It is a myth to believe that forgiveness is essentially for the other person. Nothing could be further from the truth, my friend. Forgiveness is first and foremost for the well-being of our spirit, our life, our mind, our emotions. It's to set us free. Now, if that myth applies to you, if you have believed that myth through the years, I want you to go ahead and circle it.
Okay, so there you have it. Myth number 1. Let that sink in as you go about your day to day. I think it could be really eye-opening and begin to maybe move you a little closer to forgiveness in a way that you can work through it and let go of what might be bothering you right now. Can't wait to see you tomorrow. We'll debunk myth number 2 then. As to the rest of your day, I hope it's wonderful, and we'll see you back tomorrow. Thanks so much for watching. Goodbye.